Tuvalu is a very small nation. The culture there is very vibrant, and the weather there is summer all year.
About halfway between Australia and Hawaii, the Pacific nation of Tuvalu is bearing the brunt of climate change.
We've got one of the smallest populations, about 10 to 11,000 people living in Tuvalu. And I guess because of the low-lying nature of our islands, we are very, very vulnerable to the impacts of climate change.
Coastlines are eroding, flooding is becoming more frequent and severe, and salt water is contaminating the country's farmland and groundwater. Tuvalu is expected to be one of the first countries in the world lost to climate change, swallowed by the rising seas.
It is very stressful because we can see the hardship, people are struggling.
Christopher Kausia and his family moved from Tuvalu to Australia last year.
It's very different. The life here is very fast compared to Tuvalu. But I'm finding it very nice. Like I love Melbourne. I love the cold. I love a bit of a change to the usual that we come from.
Snowballs!
I love the education system here and the health system here as well that is available for us.
Christopher is here on a student visa, but he and his wife would like to stay in Australia after he finishes his degree for the sake of their children.
I want my children to be exposed to the education system here and have a feel of what life is outside of Tuvalu, because Tuvalu there's very little resources offered for children as well.
He's hoping a newly created visa offered just to Tuvaluans will offer a chance to stay.
Quite clearly, this is a groundbreaking agreement.
Australia and Tuvalu signed a new bilateral treaty in 2023. As part of that agreement, a special climate change visa has been created for 280 Tuvaluans a year.
To allow people from Tuvalu to come to Australia to live, to work and to study.
The visa will allow permanent migration to Australia, giving visa holders access to Medicare, the NDIS and study and income family support. There's also no requirement to have a job lined up first, and they'll be free to travel back and forth. The inaugural visa ballot will close this week. So far, about 1,500 Tuvaluans have registered. When you count their family members too, more than 5,000 people are seeking a visa, a huge chunk of the global Tuvaluan population.
Doesn't surprise me at all. Everybody wants to find a better life. Everybody are curious as to what Australia can present to them as well.
Christopher Kausia is one of those who applied for the random ballot. It was his dad, former Prime Minister Kausia Natano, who signed the 2023 agreement with Anthony Albanese.
It's basically just to assist with the climate change, the effects of climate change that is happening back home and the struggles that we're facing on a day-to-day basis.
Beyond offering visas, the Falipili Union Treaty also outlines that Australia will help Tuvalu if there's a natural disaster, pandemic, or if it faces military aggression. But it also stipulates that Tuvalu needs Australia's approval before striking any defence or security agreements with other countries. Tuvalu is one of 3 Pacific nations that maintains ties with Taiwan rather than China.
The Falipili is actually Australia weaponizing our poverty, our vulnerabilities in Tuvalu to its advantage at the international level. I think it's a very, very serious issue.
Eneli Sopawanga was Tuvalu's Prime Minister from 2013 to 2019 and is still a Member of Parliament.
Australia is a close friend of Tuvalu, and that remains to be the case. The question is, did we need to move further to really, interfering into the sovereignty rights and cultural rights of one party in order to achieve what is actually a matter driven by geopolitical interests in the Pacific? Did we need to bully small islands? I don't think so.
Pat Conroy is Australia's Minister for Pacific Island Affairs.
The people of Tuvalu have overwhelmingly endorsed this treaty, and it's been a privilege for Australia to turn up and act on the priorities of the Tuvaluan government and their people rather than try and impose anything on them.
We are sinking, but so is everyone else.
Simon Coulter is a minister in the Tuvaluan government. In 2021, this video he delivered to the United Nations Climate Conference went viral. He supports the treaty, but acknowledges criticism that it doesn't lock Australia into any new commitments around greenhouse gas emissions.
Unfortunately, it's not in there, and you could never get a perfect treaty where both sides are happy. But yes, that is our hope, that Australia continues to be a leader in the fight against climate change.
The people of Tuvalu understand that Australia is taking strong action on climate change, and we are a very good partner to them, just as they are a very good partner to us.
While concerns have been raised about a potential mass exodus from Tuvalu, Minister Coulter says some of those applying for the visa are citizens already living in other countries on different visas, like Christopher.
We've also negotiated the treaty in such a way that Tuvaluans do not necessarily need to live in Australia to maintain that status.
So, it's just the life here, just to be exposed and see what it's all about, and maybe in the future go back and try and give back to the people back at home, and to our country as a whole.